Hello, hello. I see one person. How are we tonight? Who's with me? Who do I have with me? Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Glad to see somebody's with me tonight. Oh, there's another one. While we're waiting for everyone to come on, we'll clean up some of this. This mat that I use here is a mat by Heidi Swap, and I've had it forever, and it's probably my favorite surface to work on. Well, Graphic 45 has come out with a silicone mat that's really, really nice, and we'll be getting some of those in shortly because I think you guys would like them. So I have my glass mat on one side, so when I'm doing mixed media, but on this side I like to have this silicone mat here. Cleans up really easy. The only issue I have is where Scruff decided to take a bite out of my mat, of course. So I have 5 of you on here. I'm going to wait another minute. So I thought tonight I would just show you the cards in the Life's a Bowl of Cherry card kit by Graphic 45. I made up the 3 cards that they have in the instructions. Hi, Deb. And then I did a couple of others, and I thought I would just show you how I put those together as well. So I'm not going to necessarily walk through step by step with the 3 that were part of the kit. So they're also showing 3 others on the bottom that you can certainly make. But hi, Michelle. So everybody should have got this here, this sheet. So how am I doing? Well, not very good. So we're not quite sure what's going on right now, but was at the doctor today, and I'm on some super duper painkillers right now until we figure out what is going on. X-rays show nothing wrong with my hip, no arthritis, no broken bones, nothing like that, which leads me to believe it's the spine. So now it's just the waiting game, how fast they can get me in. But by the look on their face when I try to walk into the doctor's office, I think they'll try to push me through quickly. But in any case, I'm sitting right now. It's when I try to get up that's the problem, so we won't get up. So I'm trying to make sure I have everything right here. So there are a couple of kits left in the store if that interests you, but I will show you the 3 cards that were part of the Graphic 45 instruction sheet. Now, if for some reason you didn't get this sheet in your kit, just let me know. I can send it to you. But yeah, so I find sometimes their instructions are terrible, and I did change some of the measurements. So always double check with their instructions because they aren't necessarily correct. So I did also give you some. Oh, absolutely, Michelle. I'll send them to you as soon as I'm done. Sorry about that. That's why I'm checking now. So I also gave you guys some red and some green ribbon that you can add on wherever you want. I just did a piece on here. If you don't use it, save it for something else or use them on here. Now, the other thing with these cards is that these flowers are very dimensional. Actually, I'm going to try to move this forward a bit. Oh, yes. So I'm working with my beads and trying to get some stuff done. I'm going to swing this so maybe you guys can see what I'm talking about. That's my beads. It's pretty pathetic. So, yeah, getting some different things made up. Oh, there's a kit Diana's working on, and I'm doing a little dangle charm for her kit as well. So I've got to get those done, and more pokey tools, and you name it. I'm working on it. So my brain is going in 20 million directions and just trying to actually get things done. So, so this one here, so what they've done is they've created them all to be, this is a belly band. Oops. That I think got stuck a little bit. There we go. So they've created all the cards to have this sort of, this just slides off, fold in the middle like this, which is kind of fun. So, and then they just slide over the top. But the flowers can be a little chunky. So you can make them smaller, or you can, if you don't want to work with these flowers, because they do add, you know, a little bulk in your envelope as well, then use the flat ones that you have in your package. And then I have cut out all of the little pieces off of the one sheet that I will, you know, add in here and there. But they are fun, you know, it's just a nice card. Now, the color of the base of the cards is different than, you know, I picked different colors. So you've got a sheet of this teal, so you can do 2 cards with that. You have a sheet of brown, you can do 2 cards with that. And then the black, I want you to use, oh, and then you have green. Did I use any green? I didn't use any green. This one I used the black, but then you guys should probably use the green. Save the 12 by 12 black because you're going to need it for the one card I'm going to show you how to do. So I'll also show you a little trick on how to make these flowers. So each of them have a belly band on them, and they do have that center fold. Now I will tell you when you are doing the folds on these, so typically, you know, your card base is like this. All right. So when you cut your 8.5 by 11 sheet in half, instead of folding there, what you are doing is you are going to score at 2 1/8 and 2 1/8 on each side. And then you get that crease in the center. They don't say that. Fold each side one at a time towards the center fold. Yeah. Well, you know what? If you don't have this one exactly right and you fold it and then you don't have that one exactly right, so I measured it. So if you just score 2 1/8 on each side, you will get your perfect fold there. All right. So the first card, which one did they have as the first card? It was this one here. So again, I used the red ribbon just to hold it closed. And I like the fact that, you know, we've got these 2 little pieces here that fold over to create that little fold there. And then, I mean, you can use whatever papers you want. You know, it's a nice thing when we're using a collection kit is that the papers all match, so it doesn't really matter. So, but I do like this one. And then I put this have a cherry on top kind of day on the inside. And then this can just slide back on. Whoops, maybe. Whoop, there we go. Maybe. You know the drugs... If I start to talk weird very soon, it's because I just took the first drugs. And you know, they're strong when they require your identification and register it in the system. Okay, so that's the first card. The second card, and it says in the first 2 to 3 hours, you may have a feeling of euphoria. So it's really scaring me. So I'm trying to get this done in an hour so that you guys don't have to deal with me being very strange. Okay, the second card is this one. And again, it's super cute. And then you've got your flowers and everything that you can pick whatever flowers you want to put on there. I've put some of the leaves. And then this one, oops, again, with trying to get it off. Don't make your belly bands too tight so that you have an issue. Now, this belly band here, I used a piece of the red ribbon in the back to hold it in place, but it doesn't want to. There we go. Might be a little tight. All right, so this one here folds this way. Hi, Lee. I haven't seen you in a long time. I miss everybody. You guys need to come into the store. Come and see me. Okay, so this one's got more of a flat flower on it, but I've also done this little border all the way around. Now, I don't know if you guys know how to miter those corners so that you get, I mean, you could take your paper, let me just, ouch, oh, sorry. Let me just cut some strips and then I can show you what I'm talking about. No, don't use that one, Heather. Use this piece. Just trying to find a piece I can, you know what? Maybe I'll use just a piece of cards. They are cool cards. I do like them. You know, it's a little different, right? Sometimes just a fold makes all the difference in the world. So let me just cut a couple of strips here. I'm going to cut them a 1/2 inch so you can see what I'm doing. So on 2 of the cards, they're saying, you know, take the paper and do this little border around, which is really kind of cool. And again, you can use your, you know, the papers you have, or you can use a piece of cardstock or whatever, you know, whatever you want to make stand out. So that's the card again. So you can, you know, take your pieces and when you're doing, you know, go around and just overlap them like this. So you end up with, you know, a little bit of bulk on those corners. So the trick to this, and it's pretty easy and pretty cool. So take your first one like this, cross them over like a T. All right. And then from the inside, whoops, you want to make sure they're fairly straight. And then from that inside edge, take your scissors and cut it like that. So now what happens is I've got this mitered, yeah, good thing I did the brown cardstock. It's easier to see. See how beautiful that is? It's perfect. It's neat. Now to do this one here, again, on this side, whoops. So however long the length is supposed to be, however long you need it to be, and then again, go on that inside edge and cut from one side to the other. So now that piece fits like that, and that piece fits like that. See that? How cool is that? And then, are you guys familiar with doing it like this? So let's say my frame is this size, so I want to go back to that first one, and again, always cut on that on the inside. These scissors are super sticky. So you end up like that. And then once, I mean, you could glue those down so everything's in place. And then to measure your last one, again, you want to just go right on the inside. So just hold it in place. To flip it around and go on the inside again and trim that off. All right, so now I've got this perfect, oops, perfectly squared. Has anybody been watching the Trump trial? Guilty, 34 counts. We need to throw them away forever. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's faster than cutting out the middle. And, you know, you just need to use strips. But it's so easy. But the trick is just remembering to always, you know, when you hold them over, don't cut from this side. Always cut from the inside. And, yeah, it's really easy to do. So when you're doing those frames around those cards, that's what you're going to do. Okay, so just makes it really easy, really makes it nice and neat, and then it's done. So that's those two. Whoops, dropped my belly band. I have to hide these because Scruff is after the flowers on the top of them. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to show you that just so you can see how easy that is to do. And then the third card that they do, again, we've got a belly band. And we've got these flowers on here. And I'm going to show you how to put these flowers together. This one needs a little bit more glue. And then this one, opens up this way. Oh, I'm such an idiot. It's upside down. Oh no, that's right. No, it's not right. My inside piece is upside down. So, that was before the drugs. What I'll do is I will take off this butterfly and I will take another strip and I'll put it at the top and redo that card. But I like the way they overlay like this. Isn't that cool? So that's the 3 cards. Now, these flowers can be a son of a gun to do. So, my trick is make sure you have a pair of tweezers. And also, I've had people, you know, where they say, okay, start on the outside and roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, you know, all the way around, just like this. But that takes a long time, and I have no patience for that. So the whole trick is that this outside really needs to be on the inside. So I like to put it down. You can even just take a little bit of tape, hold it in place. Do you know I don't have any tape runners? What the heck? I don't have a single tape runner. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to put a little piece of tape there. So normally what I would do is I would have it a glue dot on the back here and a glue dot on here. Okay, so let me just put that there, and then another little, I'll just put a little piece of tape inside there. Okay, and then I take the tape off, the top off the tape, and now I'm going to start to twirl it to the inside. So the outside edge is going to the inside. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so once you start to twirl it, I mean, again, you can hold it with your finger. Of course, it's not going to work because I'm trying to, I grab it and I roll it to the inside, just like that. So the outside piece is now on the inside. And once I've done that, I then take the end and I start to twirl. Oops, because I have that tape there. I start to twirl it and twirl it and twirl it until I have it as tight as I want. Okay, trying to do this so you can see it like this. And because I have that tape there, I can just push down and it's done. All right. Then now I could just take that tape off and add it on to wherever. All right. If I do bigger one, same thing. You know, take 2 pieces of tape. Maybe it'll be easier to show you with the bigger one. So let's put a piece of tape on that side. I'll make that the back. Now I'll put a piece of tape on there as well. So that one I want to actually take the top off so I can push against it as soon as I have it done. So again, I'm taking the outside and I'm twirling it to the inside. Oops. So I'm just pulling it, getting it started. And at any point, once you get it started, you can take your tweezers. Oops. Hold on to that inside edge now with the tweezers. Maybe if it was straight. These are regular tweezers and I'm used to the reversed ones. So I'm not even, there we go. Okay, so I'm just twirling it. Try to do it on an angle here. How are you guys for these flowers? You find them easy to do, hard to do? I just find doing this twirling is the best way to do them. And then, you know, make them as tight as you want, as loose as you want, and there we go. And it's so much easier to do it that way. Now, I could have made it tighter, you know, but I kind of like to be able to spread the flowers out. Now, once I stick that down, this outer edge, I'll put a little bit of glue on it as well, and it'll be held in place. So, what do you think? You guys like that? See, this one doesn't want to hold on that piece of tape, so I'm just going to twirl it again. Once I have it down on my card, I can always add some glue on the inside to hold. It's just because I used a little piece of tape. So again, you can make that bud as tight as you want. All right, so this one's a little looser, that one's a little tighter. So that's what I wanted to show you, how to do those. Now, I did do 2 other cards, and I wanted to walk through and show you these. So I've got this one here. I did use black cardstock, but you're not going to have the black cardstock to do it with. So you can use green or your brown or whatever. I've got a piece of green cut here, so I'm going to show you how to do that. And I did use the same format of, you know, the 2 sides like that, but I cut off these on an angle just to give a different look to it. So let me show you how I did this one, and then we'll just cut some paper for it. Really easy to do. So you need a piece for your background. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fold over my bone folder, my 2 sides. So again, this is 2 1/8 and 2 1/8 on the 2 sides here. And I did do a little belly band, and I added one of my little pieces that I cut out. You can add any one you like. And then you can, you know, put stuff on the inside if you like. So let me see what papers we'll do this one with. Let's do this paper. And let's do... let's do this paper. I think that'll look nice. So let's do that. So what I've done here is I have measured down, oh, I have an itchy nose, 2 inches. All right. So I took my pencil and I put a mark at 2 inches. And I went from that mark up to the top point and drew a line. And then I did the same thing on the bottom. I did the 2 inches, put a mark, and went from there to that line. Whoops. Make sure you're at the point to that line. So these 2 pieces then I will cut out. I don't know where my big scissors have gone. Again, it's just to add a different look to it. And then cut right on that score line. And I did it backwards. Should have cut these off. So maybe that's such a good idea to do when you're drugged up. Okay, hold on. Another piece of paper. I'm sorry. I have all these pieces of paper cut out. But you know what? Let's leave that side, and I'm going to show you on this side. I know, it's like, what the heck, Heather? So I have a 2-inch mark from there to there. And then a 2-inch mark from there to there. All right. So we end up with this piece looking like this. Oy vey. All right, cut the right one out this time. So you want to cut off that top. Like that. And you want to cut right on the score line, otherwise it leaves a little bit of a dent in there. And then, there we go. So you end up with this look. All right? That's kind of cool too, but no, we're not doing that. But you can, you know, you could do something a little different with that piece. So once those are cut off, what you want to do then is take a piece of paper that is 4 inches by 5¼ inches and put that on the inside of your card. Now, to do these flaps, rather than trying to measure it all out, what I did was I just took a piece that was, you could do, well, 5½ inches by 2 1/8. So if I have a piece that's 5½ inches by 2 1/8, I'll show you what I did for there. 2 1/8, 2 1/8 by 5½. Okay, so you want a piece of paper for this side, but you also need a piece of paper on the inside. So whatever complements, you know, whatever you're working with, you can do this on the inside, and then for the inside pieces here, you can use this green. All right, the back side of that paper. And then all I did really was I took that paper and I glued it down completely onto there. And this is leaking, and I don't know why. So I just stuck it down without getting glue all over. Okay, and then I used my knife or your scissors and trim off that excess. I just found that was easier than trying to manipulate and get the exact diagonal line and everything else. So we just are going to do it that way. I don't have many of you on here tonight. Where is everybody? I have to get back into a routine, I think, right, with you guys? Is that the problem? And then there we go. So we've got that on the outside, and then you're going to do the same on the inside, and then I would ink up those edges. All right? Then take a piece, a remaining piece of whatever. Now, this one didn't fit all the way around. If you see on the inside, it doesn't matter, because once you stick your little doodad on the front, so if I had this piece here, and I was going around, this one's got the top of the paper left, so it may work all the way around. Oh, just a little shy, but that's okay, because once you've got your measurement around, all you then need to do is take whatever you're sticking on the front and glue, put some glue on this side, and attach it on there. And that's what you end up with. All right? So very easy card, just something different. You can put your sentiments on the inside here. You can, you know, when you put the belly band around, you can put a square of white paper with happy birthday or whatever on there, and then put this on the inside. You know, if you put it up high enough, you can't see it, depending on what size one you use, and have that on the inside. So there are lots of different things you can do with that. But I wanted to just give you, like I said, an idea of something different. And then I was going to play, well, I'll do the other one, and then if there's time, I'll do one more. So let me get these little pieces out of the way. Okay. Am I streaming okay? For those of you, like, is it coming through okay? Still not sure about, you know, what's going on here. All right, so let me move that out of the way. So this is another card that I did, and this one is going to use the 5x7 piece of paper. And this one opens up like this, but it also pops. So your card stands up like this. So what you can do, if you wanted, you could put a photo here. You could put photos on these blocks, depending on what you want to do, and then you just fold it over. So I'm going to show you, we're okay? Thanks, Kathleen. So I'm going to show you how to do this card. And I have all the pieces cut, and I will give you all of the measurements, so you know exactly how to do this one. All right, let me put those pieces off to the side. Oh, I hear Big Mouth. Scruffy. He'll be looking for me next. Okay, so take your black cardstock. My measurements are on here. And this is going to be a 5x7 card. So you want to cut your paper first to 10x7. Mine's already cut. All right, and once you have that cut 10x7, you're going to score it at, whoops. So this is my scoring side here. So I want to score it at 2.5. Sorry. I thought it said 3.5. It's 2.5. So you score it at 2.5. Hey, hey, hey. No, I don't need your help. Goodbye. All right. 2.5 at 5 inches. And then I just flipped it over and did it at 2.5. So you've got 2.5, 5, 7.5. Or flip it over and 2.5, 2.5, and through the center at 5. Once you've done that, you want to put your paper in this way, and you want to score 2.5 at 2.5 inches down to that score line. I know it's black, it's hard to see. So you're scoring down to that first score line. Take this paper and flip it over and do the same thing, 2.5 on the other side. That is your card base. Once that part is done, we want to cut out this section up at the top. So let's cut those out. I would normally do this in the trimmer because I like, to me it's a neater cut. And especially when I'm using these little scissors. Okay, so we're doing that on both sides. It's so weird being in a neighborhood. I haven't had neighbors. Oh my gosh, the other night the guy next door had his buddies and they were outside in the backyard the whole night. They kept me awake. I finally got up at 5. I got up at 5 and they went to bed at 5:30. Could have killed them. Okay, so now do your score lines. Give them a good fold. A good fold there. And a good fold there. All right, so we've got this cool base. You then need a little piece. Oops. Scroll down a minute. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I think Scruff hit my... Okay. So we've got a little piece here, and this piece is 3x1. And you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, and 2.5. And you're going to do a mountain fold, a valley fold, a mountain fold, a valley fold. So you end up with a piece looking like this. Okay, I'll put it there. You can see it. Move my hands out of the way. All right. Then what we need to do is we need to I had cut a piece for the center, but I don't think I did. So this middle panel here is 3.5 by 5 inches. So you can put a different colored cardstock on there, or you can put, you know, whatever papers you want. You could pick 2 coordinating papers out of your stash because you've got a lot of paper here. So I think I will go with, I'll go with this one. So I'm going to put a piece in the back, 3.5. Scruff, please. Come on. Come on. You can't be there. Goodbye. Okay, so I want a piece 3.5 by 5. That's not right. Sorry, ladies. Give me a second. Oh, it's not what I want. This is what I want. These 2 pieces first. That's why it was looking strange. So I have 2 pieces here, and these 2 pieces are 2.25 by middle panel. Printed 2.25 by 6 3/4. All right, so we have these 2 pieces here. 2 3/4 by 6 3/4. And let's stick those down. And we'll get back to that other piece I was looking at. All right, so you want to center those pieces like that. All right, so those 2 pieces are on there. Now I want to take this piece. This is 3.5 by 5. And then you can put any kind of print you want in there, or you can put, I put this Life's a Bowl of Cherries in the center there. I don't know if I've got another one big like that. Let me see what I have left. I do. I have the Life's a Bowl of Cherries. So I think I'm going to stick that on top of that piece. So let me cut that one out. Oops. Just want to get one cut in there. So this, I mean, here you could put a photo if you like. If you don't want to put, you can either put a photo, you can put a different paper on top, and then use that to put your sentiment inside. You know, you could put a white block of paper in there, whatever you want. But I am just going to put this piece on top of this piece, except I need to trim those edges. A little too wide. Trim it down a little bit and taking the red edge off. Oops. Maybe. I'm waiting for the new blades to come in for my trimmer. You know, they're not very bright, these companies. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if anybody has any common sense. So they bring this trimmer out, which I absolutely love, the Works. But don't bring out the blades at the same time. We're still waiting for blades to come in. Ay day, I don't know. I don't know where their brains are. And then I'm putting that piece on top of there. Now that little piece that we made here, you're going to put glue on top of here and glue on top of there. Like that. And that's getting glued onto the back. Actually, you want to figure out whereabouts you want it, and you want to have it so that when it's folded, when it pops open, it's going to be like this. All right? So it's actually going to pop up. This one's a little higher. Oops. Just trying to get that centered right. There we go. And then I'm going to put that on top of there. So it actually pops up. Guys with me still? And let me put that on there. Okay, so there we go. It pops up, and that's your center. And now we just are going to build up the squares around the edges. So the first squares we have are these ones here. And these ones are 3.5 by 3.5. And you need 4 pieces of paper that are going to be 3.25 by 3.25. So I use the same paper, only I'm going to use the 2 different sides. So I'll move my cards out of the way, and I'm going to glue these together. This on this side. And flip it over, and I'm going to have this piece on this side. Like that. And the same thing. I love this paper. Anything that's summery like this, I just love them. So on Sunday when we did our live, a lot of you had mentioned that, you know, you want to do more mixed media and folios and that sort of stuff. You know, we're taking our art in different directions, aren't we? So I'm going to do some travel journals and some different things, you know, on our lives, showing you guys different techniques, you know, from as much as I know anyway. And just have some fun playing. Okay, so now I've got 2 squares that are 2.5 by 3.5. And then I need some paper that is going to be 2.25 by 3.25, and they're going to fit on here. And again, I just did the reverse side. On here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to use this side, and then I'm going to use this green reverse side on here. And I think I'm only going to have enough time to do this card. So that'll be 5 cards then, plus the ones that they show on the bottom of your page on your kit. So you'll have a good little collection, summary cards. And this reverse side. Reverse, reverse, reverse. And we'll put that piece on there. Okay, so we've got these 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 3.5, printed paper 3.25 by 3.25. These 2 pieces are 2.5 by 3.5, and your inside paper is 2.25 by 3.25. We then have 2 little squares that are 2 by 2. And we want to take, what did I do with those papers? This is for this side in here. And, ouch, didn't cut any paper for those ones. So let's just find something that'll work with that. So these are 2 by 2, so I want 4 squares, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So let's just see if I've got enough here to do that. 1 3/4. Tea time, Dan.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. 1 3/4.
Okie dokie pokey.
1 3/4.
Hello, ladies.
Don't have many on tonight. I don't know where everybody's gone. And then, so I'm going to put those on that side. And then I'll do 2 more for the other side. 1 3/4. 1 3/4. And 1 3/4. Okay, so I've got this pattern, but I think I'm going to keep it all the same on this one, just to switch it up. Get my paper on those ones. Oh, there you all are. You say hi to him. You guys were not interacting with me tonight, making me feel lonely. Now I know who you love. It's him, not me. That one and that one. I think my glue needs to be filled. Okay, so the only other place that we have is here and here. And so for those, I cut out these squares. And these squares are they are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And so again, I think I'm going to put that on the inside part, and I'm going to put this on the outside part. So I'm going to lay those down, and then a couple more minutes and we're going to be done. So let's put that square. Did I say I love this paper? Because I do, I love this paper. So next week I'm going to do some mixed media with you guys, and then I have another card kit that I'm going to do with you, with a Grow with Love card kit. I have a folio. I have a whole bunch of stuff lined up here. So I have been busy working away, trying to get all this stuff done. I have the new 49er Market Acadia coming in this week, and one of the folios will be with that paper. But we also have the 2 new summer papers coming. I think tomorrow they're going to announce it on the 49er Market page, and then they will start shipping to us in a few days after that. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Okay, so that part will pop up. It's kind of cool, you know, to showcase your card. Now, we're going to put these squares on here. So the first thing we want to do, I'll go back to my sample, is we want to take this one and want to kind of line it up here. Let me slide this up. Kind of like this. So we have, I've actually lined it up with the printed paper, and then we have this gap in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some glue there, line it back up. Actually, there we go. And you want to make sure you're squared. Whoops. Like that. Okay, so that folds over this way. Okay, after we have that one, we then want to take one of these small ones and we want to put that one lined up with the top here of this paper, leaving a gap in between. So I just want to put a little bit of glue in that top corner, line that up with that one, and put that one down. So now when you look on the other side, this is what you're seeing. So we've got 1, 2, 3 squares there. And then the last piece is this one. And that is down a little bit from the top, about 1/8 of an inch, about 1/8 of an inch there. And basically, again, I've lined it up with the printed paper. So I've got a little bit of the black showing there, a little bit of glue, and I'm sticking that baby down. Okay, so now that folds over. On this side here, a little bit different. This one, again, is going to be lining up. I line it up again with that printed paper. Now, what you want to do is fold it over so you know about how far to come down. Put your glue there. Put it down. And then slide it in. I just put a little bit of glue to hold it until I could slide it in like that. And I just want to be lined up with the one on the other side. Okay? Then your last piece is going up in here. So you see, you don't actually see anything on the inside. So I know I want to have that lined up with that one, but it needs to be on the back of, what have I done here? This, sorry. I'm sorry. I put it too far over. I'm ripping my paper. This goes this way. I'm sorry. It actually flips so that it completely covers that one. So I'm going to have to cut a new piece of paper for there. I can fix that. Actually, I can put a flower there. So when this is folded over, this is actually covering the one underneath. So your glue is just going there. I lie. That's why you guys always watch and not do with me. Okay, so then that flips over. Now I could take this little baby, and that's going to go down under here, sticking out, lined up with the edge of the card. Just like that. Should we bring it down a little bit? And I'm going to put some glue there. Bring it around. And there we go. So we've got that piece, we've got that piece. And now we'll put the last piece on. So this piece actually goes right up in here so that when I fold it over, it is lined up with the edge here, and it's lined up with this one. So the only place that's getting glue is right in this corner. And I'm gluing that down. Okay, so that flips open, that flips open. So this is what we have. Whoops, 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 whoops. There we go. Just like that. And that's the whole card. From there, you can decorate any way you want. You can, like I said, you could put pictures in here. You can put little pieces like this inside. That's a little bit too big. What else do I have here? Cut out. Just trying to, you know, you can take a piece, Life is Sweet, put that across there. Actually, why don't I do that right now? I just want to cut it off. Right at the life is sweet. And put that little piece right in there. I've got that life is sweet in there. What do you think? Yes, no, you like, don't like? Tell me what you think. There we go. Oh, my nose is driving me crazy tonight. I don't know if it's allergies. And then I've got this I Love You Cherry Much. I really like that. So you want to be sure that that slid on me, didn't it? I want it there. Like that. And then on your outside, you like it? Thank you. On the outside, now I can add some of these little flowers, right like that. And I could put this I Love You Cherry Much on the outside. I have a butterfly or another flower. I can cover that up. Actually, what I'll do is I will put that flower there. I'm going to put that glue down. Take the backing off of this one. And I'm going to put my flower there, so now I don't have to worry about that mistake. Find my tweezers. Just going to give it a push down. Like that. And then I'm going to put this one up here. And I think I'll put some leaves behind that one. Just give it a little bit of pop. That out. A leaf there. And pop that there. And then I can put my butterfly. Where do I want that butterfly? No, you know what? I think I'm going to put another set of leaves. There. And then maybe the butterfly up there. Just pop out all those little pieces that are still tucked in. And when I glue these butterflies down, I only glue through the center and I leave the wings free flying, like that. All right, so that opens that way. This still wants to give me grief. And then you close it up, and that's your full card. Okay, and then pop it up, give it that crease there. And you've got your, it'll stand up on its own. All right, ladies. So that's all I wanted to show you how to do with your pieces. And then I was actually working on the brown cardstock here. I cut this piece off, which is about 1.5 inches. I'm going to have my paper on here, whatever paper I pick. And then this is going to be popped up on the base, and then this will be free-flowing. So it's just a little change, you know, just adding a little bit of whatever to it. So, I mean, if you wanted to do that. So this on the inside, then I would have this and this. So this piece I'm going to pop up, this piece will be flat, and then it could be the exact same paper, but you've got dimension on the other side. So just playing around, just cutting off little pieces. Or I could even put that, you know, along there. We've got this part. I mean, this could even go down through that center part. There's lots of pieces still left that you can play with and just add as you like. So that's all I wanted to show you. We're at 9 o'clock, so I've been on for an hour, which is long enough for you guys to have to put up with me tonight. And so you've got 6 cards there, 3 more at the bottom of that instruction sheet, and then so for a total of 9 cards. And as I said, there are a few more. I think there are 2 kits left in the store. You know, grab one of those and just make yourself a whole bunch of fun cards. Use your leftovers in your journal book. And coming up, I've got something really interesting to share with you guys about some journaling information and something to play around with, which is really, really cool, that I found out about it through a customer, a young customer that came into the store and shared some information with me on something she was making for her boyfriend, and I thought, oh, that is so cool, and so we're going to do that as well. Oh, look, even this Life is Sweet down that edge through the center would be kind of cool as well. So lots you can do. All right, I'm going to leave you guys off for the night. Diana will be on Saturday night. She's going to show you some of the new products that we've been playing with through Notions Commotion. And then Sunday, I will be on. I don't know what I'll have to show you. Not sure what I'm doing on Sunday, because our new product is just at the border. And then there's some of it's only arriving on Monday, so I'm not going to go down and pick up until Monday. And so we have that, and then Monday night is the auction. Oh my gosh, don't miss it, you guys. There's some really, really cool stuff. We're going to post some pictures of what is coming up in this private auction. So that's it for me. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody, and we'll talk soon. Take care.